How to disappear for 100 days and build your escape plan. Right now, you're living a life of constant digital noise. You are accessible to everyone at any time for any reason. Your friends can text you, notifications can disrupt you, and the algorithm can hijack your attention whenever it wants. You think you're connected, but you are actually bleeding your focus dry through 1,000 tiny cuts. You're trying to build an exit plan while leaving the doors to your mind wide open. If you want to change your reality, you cannot do it while remaining accessible to the very environment that keeps you average. You don't need more life hacks. You need a structural blackout. You need to pull the plug, cut the feed, and go entirely offline for 100 days to build a machine that buys back your freedom. The 99% suffer from a psychological condition called presence anxiety. They're terrified of being left out, being forgotten, or being unavailable. They treat their lives like an open storefront, allowing anyone to walk in and steal their time. But the 1% understand the law of absolute scarcity. Value increases with unavailability. They don't try to build their assets in the middle of a crowded room. They enter what engineers call an isolated development phase. They go completely dark, not out of anger, but out of pure strategic necessity. They close the storefront, lock the doors from the inside, and build in the dark, so that when they reappear, the infrastructure is already unshakable. To pull this off, you must execute the 100-day blackout. Step 1. The Social Sabbatical. Audit the access points. The first phase of disappearing isn't about your phone, it's about your access points. Look at your social circle and your current obligations. You are bleeding your highest leverage energy trying to maintain casual conversations and keep up appearances with people who aren't building anything. The 1% enforce a strict access protocol. For the next 100 days, you are entering a social sabbatical. You don't need to make a dramatic announcement. Just quietly slip out the back door. Reduce your messaging response times from minutes to once every 24 hours. Become a ghost to casual acquaintances. If a conversation does not actively provide resources, data, or leverage for the asset you are building, it is a liability. Elevate your barrier to entry. Step 2. Establish an asymmetric output engine. Most people fail when they disappear because they spend their isolation thinking, planning, and organizing. They create beautiful spreadsheets, but zero assets. This is a trap. You must build an asymmetric output engine. This means your daily output must drastically outweigh your input. If you spend 20 minutes studying a workflow, you must spend 3 hours building it. Frame your daily execution like clockwork. You are creating digital real estate. Whether it's scripting, building back-end systems, or automating workflows, your primary metric is simple. What tangible, permanent brick did you lay today that will exist tomorrow without your manual labor? If you didn't produce an asset, the day was a total loss. Step 3. The Environmental Sandbox. Stop relying on willpower. Willpower is a faulty battery that drains before noon. Instead, create an environmental sandbox. The 1% designed their workspace like a laboratory. Strip away every variable that can trigger a distraction. If you're working on your laptop, use browsers that block everything except your production tools. If you're working in your room, change the lighting. Make your deep work sessions feel visually distinct from your casual time. When you step into your workspace, your brain should immediately recognize the sensory shift and downshift into deep execution mode. You are not trying to try harder. You are removing the physics of friction entirely from your day. Step 4. Build the dark asset infrastructure. The ultimate goal of your 100-day disappearance is to construct what the 1% call a dark asset. A system built completely behind the scenes that handles the heavy lifting for you. While you are offline, you're not just working, you are anchoring. You are setting up your automated distribution lines, writing your core scripts, and preparing a pipeline of content or digital products in advance. You're creating a backlog of leverage. The average person launches one thing and waits for applause. The 1% build a continuous, self-sustaining loop in the dark so that when they finally press publish, the momentum is already automated and unstoppable. The next 100 days are going to pass regardless of whether you choose to stay accessible or choose to disappear. You can keep your notifications on, keep answering every text within 3 seconds, and remain a comfortable, predictable cog in everyone else's schedule. By the end of it, you'll have nothing to show for your time but a few more months of being average. Or you can choose the blackout. You can choose to close the door, let the room go silent, and build your escape plan, while everyone else assumes you've quit. The herd needs to be seen to feel alive. Let them look for the cameras. We are building the machinery. If you're ready to pull the plug, drop off the radar, and build your ticket to freedom in total isolation, claim your spot in the shadow right now. Drop a comment below and type "System Offline." Go dark and let the asset speak for you. Welcome to the 1% Circle, where you learn how to play better in the game of life.